In this video, we're going to show you all about the Book of Guesses. We will take you through the old-fashioned bookmaking process and at the very end do a flip through of all of what's inside. So, of course, you may already assume that the Book of Guesses is a record of all the guessed times that the tripod would go out for that year. And if that was your assumption, you'd be correct. But before we start the tour, tell us in the comments how many guesses you think are contained in these monstrous books, and let's see how close you can get. And stick around to the end to find out the funny thing in the back of the book.
Well, good morning, Rebecca here, and I am down showing them bookmaking process today. So I find this super interesting. I thought you would too. Most of the Ice Classic is all finished, all done, but here we have books. The books are the Book of Guesses, where every guess that has been turned in is in these books. All the vendors have these books. So if you want to take a look at this book, then go to your vendor, or you can get a copy of it online on the website. And what I'm showing here is actually how they put these huge books together. Do you know how many pages are in the book? 1,400 pages are in these books, and these books are made by hand here in Nenana, and they're actually made like old-fashioned bookmaking. So here's the books. They're all printed out. They come over here to Olaf, who is drilling holes in the books, and these ladies, Diane and Brenda, Darlene and Brenda are actually sewing the books together. If you see here, she's got the holes in the book. She's actually sewing all the pages together. She says it takes her about 5 to 10 minutes to sew one of the books, and she's been working for the Ice Classic since 1970 something, and she's done about all the jobs there are to do, and so she's using that twine, sewing the books together. Once the books are sewn together, then they come over here to the presses, and they are all lined up in the presses here. And Larry is the one here. There's Larry. Hi, Larry. Larry puts the books in the presses, all super straight. And then over here we have Margie, who's putting the glue on the books, and they are all glued, and then they sit for a couple hours. 6 to 8 hours. And then I don't have, this is like the end of the process they have done so far, because the books here, after they sit for a couple hours, then they're taken out of the presses, and there is a binding that's applied to them before they are sent out. But we're not there in the process yet. So Margie was telling me that she learned how to do this from Marilyn Coghill's grandma?
Yes, Winifred Coghill.
From Winifred Coghill, who taught her how to do this. And she's been doing this process for a long time, making these books.
Off and on.
Off and on since 1966. So this is a pretty cool process that we do. These books then are sent out to the vendors, and all of the guesses are in these books. This book does have a dedication to it, which is done every year just as an honor to somebody in our community. And when these books come out, I will definitely show you some of the pages in this book so you can see what it's like. Anyway, I thought this was really interesting to come down today, because I have never been down here while they're making these books, and you know, it just never crossed my mind how they made the books. Yeah, this is all new to me too. I mean, hey, we can all learn something here, right? Okay, so I just wanted to let you see what's going on. I'm gonna go. I'll show you these books in a couple days, probably. Have a good day.
So the cool thing about that footage is that was the last year that anyone could possibly go in to see this happening, because in 2020, no one was allowed in the building as they were doing their work. After 2020, the practice of making this many books to give to the vendors was discontinued. Now they only make a handful of books to keep on record. So you literally just got to watch a piece of Nenana history. So remember your guess at the beginning of the video? Before we do the flip through, I'll give you a hint. There's 100 names in each of these columns, 2 columns per page throughout the book. If you think your guess was slightly off before, drop another one in the comments below. Now let's continue. The book starts off with a history of the Ice Classic, then goes on to a dedication page towards someone who was meaningful to the community and the Ice Classic. Then it has a list of breakup times from every year, a page of everyone who worked for the Ice Classic that year, and a page of the yearly jackpots and number of winners. Then it goes to the guesses. And they span all the way from January to December, even though the breakup season is from late April to early May. Remember, people guess from all over the world, so not everyone is familiar with the breakup season in Nenana. The winning guess is highlighted and bookmarked. Ready to find out how many guesses are in here? Each year is different, but on average, there are about 250,000 guesses. Now that was pre-2020. Now the guesses are about 225,000. In that 219 edition we were looking at, there were 1,436 pages, which would bring us to about 287,130 guesses, because there wasn't a full column on the last page. Let us know in the comments if you were in the ballpark. Last of all, there is the supplement section that ends out the book. Now here's the funny part. Every year there are tons of guesses for April 31st. If you don't know why that's funny, go find that date on a calendar. The other lists are tickets with no names, no date or time, no AM or PM, the wrong year, and even blank tickets. But they record all of them. They are each hand-counted, typed, and cross-checked by real people. There's no automation involved, but we'll do another video on that process. Thanks for watching! If you want to know more about the inside details of how the Ice Classic works, keep watching and subscribe. You'll get updates when new videos come out and reminders for next year's game season. Hope you'll join us sometime on the riverbank as we watch ice melt for fun.